private sector is playing a huge role in humanitarian crises. And recognizing that fact, we wanted to conduct research that documented exactly how our business is contributing to emergency response and preparedness, whether surrounding conflicts or natural disasters or other sorts of emergencies. And we wanted to see how does this exactly mesh with the broader humanitarian community. How are the traditional humanitarian actors and businesses collaborating? What implications does this have for humanitarian action as a whole? And what can be done to really leverage the private sector's tremendous capacity in responding to and preparing for disasters and other crises. There's a number of areas where businesses are contributing to humanitarian action. And these range everywhere from charitable contributions to fully commercial models, where businesses are actually making money while doing good and providing crucial goods and services to people affected by humanitarian crises. There are a number of blue sky projects out there where you have companies that are really doing this fantastic humanitarian research and development, taking advantage of their core capacities to do interesting things. However, there are some additional ideas I don't think anyone's working on yet, but that they should be. One of these is bringing something like Airbnb. Here in the UK, after the floods in recent months, Airbnb put on their website that they would help to connect people with a spare room with people who've been displaced by the floods. You know, why don't we have that same sort of thing in a country like Jordan or Lebanon that are host to hundreds of thousands of refugees from Syria, Iraq, the Palestinian territories, and elsewhere, where these refugees could actually go onto a site and be matched with a host family that was willing to accommodate them for a period of time. And just like Airbnb, the actual household that's taking in the refugees and welcoming them and sheltering them could actually receive compensation from the aid community or from the government for providing that crucial service. There's a lot of anxiety out there, especially among aid agencies, about the private sector really replacing them on a large scale. And I just want to be clear that we're not talking about that. We're talking about taking advantage of the comparative advantages and respective strengths of businesses and aid agencies, both in combination and separately, because I think we need to realize that while there are many things that businesses are very good at when it comes to humanitarian action, in terms of logistics, in terms of telecommunications, in terms of restoring markets and restoring large-scale infrastructure, there's plenty of things where traditional aid agencies have a real advantage. You know, here we're looking at reaching populations in extremely remote areas. In addition, there are some issues which are just so sensitive that it'll be extremely difficult for businesses to play a real role. Here I'm looking at issues such as sexual and gender-based violence during and after conflict and other crises. I mean, areas where there are such sensitivities that the private sector probably won't have a role to play.